Hello, everyone. Who in this room has ever felt misunderstood? Yes, good, crowd participation. Who in this room has ever felt uncomfortable or afraid due to someone or something that you've misunderstood? It's a more vulnerable question. I appreciate the honesty. The thing about misunderstanding is that whether it be from something major or something minor, when left untreated, it can fester, and it can create cataclysmic rifts. My name is Lorraine Seidl, and for my SLE, I worked with the TP Raisers. I found the TP Raisers through the Wood Chopping Club here at RMSEL. They're an organization that has, it's multifaceted, but they ultimately serve to relieve poverty of those on the Pine Ridge Reservation. They aim to uplift and protect Lakota culture, and they aim to bring supplies up to the people on the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota. During my internship, I learned a lot, and it wasn't just about agriculture or tending to horses, but also about the importance of service, and the way that in doing service for other people and spending time in service of communities unlike you, it can be a form of rebellion against the constant sort of othering that permeates our lives. See, I love to write, and I hope to do some sort of journalistic pursuit in the future. And so I planned on writing some sort of editorial on TP Raisers. And it was gonna be about the plight of American nonprofits in America or whatever. And it was gonna be annoying and cerebral. And I imagined myself in the hammocks at the hub, and I'm like, envisioning my New York Times worthy article that I'm writing. And this was a really cute fantasy, but what I was doing was manual labor. And I was unloading trailers of wood, and I was disposing of so many dead mice, and I was detaking horses, which is as gross, if not grosser than it sounds, so like don't envision it too much. And I'm not implying that I was having like a really terrible, exhausting time there. In fact, I had an incredible time. I made really close friends in these two freshmen who were there with me, and we spent our time folding baby clothes for an expecting mother on the reservation, and we planted seedlings that would eventually go to community gardens at Pine Ridge and Hopi reservations. And I got to watch these projects grow over the course of my internship. And I rode a horse for the first time, which was, in retrospect, really an insane endeavor because I had no formal training or helmet. But I digress. Ultimately, what I was doing had nothing to do with this sort of idealized version that I had expected, and this was a total blessing. I'm so fortunate, as we all are, to have a home and a family and an education. And I'm equally fortunate to have a body that can fold clothes for an expecting mother, a body that can chop wood to heat trailers, a body that can prepare garden beds for planting. And I sort of realized I can write an op-ed anywhere, but I can only use this for so long and to do so many things. And in doing these tasks up there, I kind of lost my sense of individual importance, you know? There were people who were retired, people who were students, people of all races and ages, and they were up there with the explicit purpose to help people that they may never even meet. I can't speak to the political position of every person in this room, and I do not want to. But I know that despite our differences, we can recognize that our world is in a state of separation. We exist in division and pointed fingers, and our power as people comes from our capacity to form community. I was struck how people launched into tasks at the hub just because they knew someone needed it, and they had the capacity to help. And that's the thing, some of us here feel misunderstood for the thrifted clothing that we wear, or our taste in music, or the neighborhood we grew up in. But we, unlike the Lakota people living in Pine Ridge, have the fortune of not being misunderstood to the point that we were relegated to one of the most impoverished places in the United States, and then left there to let the separation grow greater. Which is why it is our responsibility to put aside our own preconceived notions and our own comfortability and to act and see and hear for those who need it. My hope is that when you leave this room, you have a sense for the gratitude that I gleaned from this experience, And you come away with the same question that I have, which is, how can I be of service? And I implore you to find something hard, something dirty, something tiring, something uncomfortable, because in those pockets of time where we are sacrificing our own comfort and ego and money for the goodness of others are the moments where we are most abundant, most connected, and most human. Thank you.